the same time, they claim the U.S. has conducted secret research into recovered alien technology far from the public eye and leaked tantalizing hints of its belief in alien life to the public.
There is a small group of individuals inside government and outside government that are controlling this phenomenon.
But these contradictions have left many both deeply suspicious of the government and fearful of an alien invasion. A single incident might tip the balance of terror and plunge the world into panic. But do we really have anything to be afraid of? Or is this fear being carefully orchestrated? Is the U.S. government hiding the truth about aliens to prevent pandemonium, or using it as a means to tighten its grip on power? Join us as the secrets of UFO panic are unsealed. A global effort has begun. Secret files hidden from the public for decades, detailing every UFO account, are now available to the public. We are about to uncover the truth behind these classified documents. Find out what the government doesn't want you to know. Unsealed Alien Files, exposing the biggest secret on planet Earth. Centerville, Ohio. In the early hours of March 6, 2004, the city's 911 dispatch lights up with frantic reports of a massive UFO. The object is seen hovering close to power lines, creating an immense electrical arc. The explosion causes a power outage and spreads terror throughout the neighborhood. Yet, despite multiple eyewitness accounts, authorities dismiss the incident as a case of wires arcing in high winds. The conclusion leaves citizens confused and suspicious of the institutions meant to protect them. Why would authorities blatantly disregard the identical testimony of so many eyewitnesses? Were they really acting in the public's best interest? Governments have always engaged in propaganda and carefully directed misinformation to control public opinion. But the appearance of UFOs in American skies in the 1940s presented a new challenge. Sightings left an indelible impression on the witness, and the resulting anxiety spread faster than any government could control. Unsealed Case File. Project Sign. As early as 1948, the United States recognized the threat UFOs posed to public order and commissioned a classified study known as Project Sign that concluded military intelligence should control the investigation of all sightings. The task of UFO investigation is handed to the elite 402nd Air Intelligence Squadron. But the unit's work over the ensuing decades will call its integrity into serious question. Oxnard, California, March 1957. The wife of an officer stationed at nearby Oxnard Air Force Base spots a group of strange green and red lights in the sky. They pulse mysteriously, speeding back and forth in a manner unlike that of any known aircraft. The eyewitness immediately contacts the nearby base, whose radar confirms her story. The objects are UFOs. Shortly after, a police officer, who also saw the lights, adds even more corroborating testimony. The case is handed over to the Air Intelligence Service Squadron, but their conclusions will leave many wondering if it actually investigated anything at all. Despite detailed accounts from multiple witnesses and supporting evidence from the military's own radar, the investigators dismiss the encounter as an optical illusion caused by an atmospheric anomaly. And they don't stop there. They cruelly undermine the credibility of the original female witness, painting her as unreliable, even hysterical, on account of her pregnancy. It's a pattern that will play out in case after case over the following decades. And according to experts, it's a carefully orchestrated procedure.
The first thing you do, if somebody's going to start leaking information, is you marginalize them by making them look ridiculous.
But is it true? Is the government deliberately discrediting UFO witnesses? According to many official documents, it is. And one particular memo reveals they were not acting alone. Unsealed Case File. The Low Memo. In 1966, the U.S. government commissions the Condon Committee, a gathering of some of America's best scientific minds, to investigate the credibility of UFO reports. The committee's findings are inconclusive. But in the years since, a memo written by one of its leading members, Robert J. Lowe, reveals experts should focus on investigation, not of the physical phenomena, but rather of the people who do the observing, the psychology and sociology of persons and groups who report seeing UFOs. Is the government really using UFO fears to control the American public? If it is, does it have a plan if aliens do one day invade? Or is someone else in control of our fears? Coming up, we investigate the terrifying possibility that extraterrestrials are in fact manipulating both the government and the people in a campaign of fear. This is Unsealed, Alien Files, exposing the biggest secret on planet Earth. Welcome back to Unsealed, Alien Files. Mounting evidence suggests that governments all over the world have sought to carefully control public opinion on the existence of UFOs, debunking eyewitness accounts and discrediting witnesses in the name of maintaining public order. But is the government really in control?
If aliens really wanted to wipe us out, I think they could. So with one fell swoop, it'd be over for us. So why haven't they done that?
Are aliens friend or foe? It's a question the United States government has wrestled with for decades. The public, however, appears to have already made up its mind. A recent poll revealed that 86% of Americans believe that aliens are more likely to be friendly than hostile. But what informs this opinion? Many experts believe America's UFO intelligence is controlled by the Majestic 12, an ultra-secret committee of high-ranking science and intelligence officers assembled by President Truman in the days after America's first reported recovery of an alien spacecraft, the Roswell incident. Some also believe the organization quickly went rogue, defying all government authorities, including the presidency itself. Today, the Majestic 12 is rumored to regulate everything the public knows about UFOs and when they hear about it. Has the Majestic 12 successfully lulled the American public into a false sense of security? Many experts believe that aliens know how the world's governments would attempt to maintain order and are in fact pulling the strings as part of a larger plan, preparing the Earth for a hidden alien agenda. And it's the result of covert intervention in our daily lives. Unsealed case file. The Hill Case. New Hampshire, September 19th, 1961. Betty and Barney Hill are driving through the New England countryside when they find themselves pursued by a mysterious craft. What happens next will change the course of history. They see a light land on the road ahead of them, with small creatures standing in front. The next thing they realize is that they are in their own driveway, and they cannot account for the missing time. The Hill Case is the first recorded incident of alien abduction. But the details of what happened inside the alien craft are only revealed years later, when the couple undergoes hypnosis. They claim that on board, they were subjected to terrifying medical experiments, only to have their memory of the experience wiped clean. But an elusive anxiety about that night would haunt them in the weeks and months that followed. 40 years later, a 1991 poll would estimate that some 4 million Americans have experienced a similar close encounter. Today, there's no telling how many abductees are walking America's streets, what alterations their minds have undergone, and how they might be influencing the rest of the population. Have the aliens themselves created this culture of complacency through decades of abduction and mind manipulation? Is this their only means of controlling the populace? Coming up, we investigate a real case of mass hysteria following a UFO invasion and reveal a shocking plot to incite alien fear across the world. This is Unsealed, Alien Files, exposing the biggest secret on planet Earth. Welcome back to Unsealed, Alien Files. Decades of mounting evidence have revealed a possible plot by the United States government to use the threat of alien invasion as a means of controlling the population. But how would the government react in the face of a large-scale alien invasion? Would it really be able to maintain order? Stephenville, Texas, January 8th, 2008. Multiple eyewitnesses report strange lights in the sky over the small town. No one, however, could have predicted the events that followed. Steve Allen is flying a small plane when he sees the same glowing orbs. But they now appear to be flying in formation with a giant UFO. Allen estimates the ship to be 1.5 miles long and 0.5 mile wide. It's a huge craft experts have dubbed a mothership. Allen is shocked by the sighting, and he isn't alone. Rick Sorrells is out hunting when he witnesses the same mothership just 300 feet above. He describes it as being made of smooth metal with strange markings along its hull, and he estimates its size to be 3 football fields long. Sorrells tells his story to the press, stating, "I hope it's our military. If it's not ours, then we're in trouble." Federal Aviation Administration radar records back up the eyewitness reports, revealing tremendous activity in the area that evening. The U.S. military, however, tells a very different story. It claims to be unaware of any activity in the area, but mounting evidence is casting a shadow of doubt on this sweeping denial. Rick Sorrells has also claimed he was intimidated and harassed by several government agencies after talking with the media. And an independent mutual UFO network study of the events revealed the radar report clearly demonstrates that there are, in fact, unknown craft with superior flight capabilities far beyond known technology, operating and moving at will within controlled airspace. MUFON also claims that radar records had been deleted from military planes in the area that night. The motherships of the Stephenville incident mysteriously disappeared. But what would happen if they didn't? How would the American people react in the face of a full-scale alien invasion? And would the government really be able to prevent mass panic? Unsealed Case File. The War of the Worlds. October 30th, 1938. 6 million listeners across America tune in to a broadcast of H.G. Wells's classic science fiction novel, The War of the Worlds, adapted for radio by 23-year-old Orson Welles. The play is a chilling dramatization of an alien invasion of Earth that features strikingly realistic news reports of apocalyptic destruction.
That was the most terrifying thing I've ever witnessed. Staring out of that black hole through luminous discs.
Those strange beings who landed in the Jersey farmlands tonight are the vanguard of an invading army from the planet Mars.
The War of the Worlds scare only underscores the power of the media to incite panic. So is it possible the government might manufacture its own UFO scares as a means of manipulating the minds of the population? Unsealed Case File. Project Bluebeam. Norway, December 9th, 2009. Thousands witness a strange, spiraling anomaly winding its way across the northern sky. The Ivory Coast, April 20th, 2011. A diamond-shaped UFO is spotted in the West African skies. At first glance, the two incidents appear unrelated, but some experts believe they are in fact test experiments of a clandestine plot to incite UFO panic across the planet, known as Project Bluebeam. Reportedly conceived by a powerful group of world elites, Bluebeam allegedly employs the latest in satellite and holographic technology to generate artificial UFOs in the sky. Some experts believe the shadowy organization's ultimate goal is to defy the establishment of a totalitarian world state in the name of protecting the Earth against an alien invasion. The citizens of Earth appear to be under attack from all sides. Or are we? Coming up, we reveal the final shocking theory that rather than exploiting us, our leaders may in fact be preparing us to face an imminent alien attack. This is Unsealed Alien Files, exposing the biggest secret on planet Earth. Welcome back to Unsealed Alien Files. The time to act is now. Tell us your story. Get involved in the fight to unseal the truth. Now. Decades of UFO encounters and carefully orchestrated government cover-ups have left the public in a state of high anxiety. But is their goal really to control us? Recent evidence has surfaced telling a very different story. November 2011. The Federal Emergency Management Agency conducts an unexpected test of the emergency broadcast system, affecting all television and radio transmissions across the country for 3 minutes. It's the first time this kind of test has been conducted on a national scale. At the time, the world had recently paid witness to a series of catastrophic disasters. But was this mounting anxiety the real reason behind FEMA's national broadcast? Or did the agency have another agenda? In April 2013, FEMA held an emergency response drill in Moscow, Idaho. But it wasn't testing the nation's ability to react to an attack or a natural disaster. The exercise was intended to test its response to the crash of a UFO crewed by zombie-like aliens capable of spreading a deadly virus at frightening speed. Was the Idaho drill scenario